everyone, my name is Jen. I'm a national artist with Colors by Gina. I've been with the company for about 4 years now, and today I'm here to show you some pumpkin spice fall vibes for hair color. This is my client. She's been previously lightened with the Colors by Gina Lightning Dust, and she wants to go a little darker for the fall, a little more spicy, a little bit more warmth, some copper tones. I want to share with you the formulas that I'll be using. On her root globally, I will be using 5.3, which is 5G, and 6.4, which is 6C. I will also be using that color as a low light ribbon throughout. The other shades that I'll be using, get ready for a kaleidoscope. We're using 8.43, which is 8CG, 6.43, which is 6CG, 8.4, which is 8C, 5.66, which is 5RR, combination of darker copper tones, darker red tones, lighter, more bright copper tones. So this is all going to be mixed together as a color melt, incorporating that root color and melting it all, infusing it together, giving a kaleidoscope of colors and not seeing just one facet. We're going to see multiple dimensions, highs and lows, all with just hair color. As you can see, I have my client sectioned and ready to go. I have a T-parting based on her natural part. I am going to be doing a pinwheel technique based on the apex, the top of the crown of the head here. But I'm going to also be creating vertical zigzag lines, partings throughout her entire hair, and also doing a color melt at the same time. So those zigzag partings are really going to ensure a seamless look with no lines. I'm going to leave the back as one large section. We will start there. We're going to do a global application of the 6.4 mixed with 5.3. And we're going to just do 10 volumes. We're going to do a root application globally throughout the entire head, covering her roots, giving her depth, and adding dimension at the root. Now that I have all her roots saturated, I'm going to gently comb through to blend the color down ever so slightly. This is going to help us marry that next color down. So I'm going to be starting with 8.43 around the face frame. So you have to decide with your client what they want to show in the front. If they want a darker hairline and they don't want the pop of color, my client's pretty bold, so she's okay with having that really bright copper gold at the face, at the hairline. But make sure you consult with your clients to decide what color and how much depth you want around the hairline. And I'm going to create an entire halo around her head into the bottom as well. That way when she wears a ponytail, she will have the lightest color, the 8.43, she will have the lightest color surrounding her hairline. So I'm going to gather an entire section out. I call this the halo. This is going to be our first color. We're going to be working in a vertical sectioning around the head, but with zigzags. So I'm also going to create a zigzag shape within this. That's just going to help all the blending and the marrying of the colors. Not too deep on the zigzag, just a shallow zigzag to give variation. And I will create it on this side of the head as well. And if you feel like it's too thick, go back and make it a little thinner. Depends on, again, how much brightness does that client want to see around their hairline. And imagine the color that's behind it is going to veil over this just slightly. So it's also going to help conceal it and make it not too bright. And then for her hairline in the bottom, I will be doing the same thing. I'm going to create a shape zigzagging around her entire perimeter of her nape. And all this is going to be one color. And little zigzags. And don't forget to go around the ear so you don't have a missing spot. I'm going to just clip this all out of the way. And here we go. This is 8.43, which is 8 CG. We're going to apply it on her entire halo of her hairline, from front to back, around the nape, and around to the other side. Saturate and marry that root color with it, blend with your fingers, and pull through the ends and saturate. I will be just placing it cross-section gently until I can marry it all together and clip those away together. I'm going to do the entire hairline first and then go back and start a second color. So we're going to be doing alternating colors. Alternating colors are going to be the 8.43, which is what I'm using now around the hairline. That will be incorporated throughout as well. Then we also have 5.66, which is a really, really rich dark red. Then I'll be next using 6.43, which is a darker copper gold. And I'll also be using 8.4, which is a brighter, lighter copper, but without the penny tone. So the copper gold, which I'm using right now, is very light, very bright, and has a golden tone to it. The 8.48C, that just has a copper undertone without being overly bright. I'm going to drape that behind her and twist it together at the base. And we're going to move on to now starting the pinwheels with zigzags around the rest of the head. Make sure you're always cleaning up your work. If you get a little smudge on your client, wipe it off. I use a barrier cream on all my clients. It works really well so that there's no struggle to get any stains off later. Now from the top of the head, letting all this down, we're going to keep this down now just for ease. And I'm going to be mirroring each side of the head. Now you can choose to have a more varied look if you want to just kind of, with no pattern, just go and add these colors in vertically with the zigzag partings. But I'm going to actually create a little bit more of a cohesive look and a little bit more of a seamless look throughout. I just want it to match on both sides. It depends on how much variation each client, some are more like asymmetrical, some are more symmetrical. So just, again, consult with your client and see what they like and how much fun and play they're willing to have with these fun colors. Right now I'm adding the 5.66, which is a nice, rich, dark red. Created a zigzag parting, running it through the ends. I'm going to just lay it down gently next to the last color I did. We're going to turn her head and do the same thing on this side. Don't forget to clean her hairline. And I am going in a little bit of a diagonal back, just slightly at the hairline. I don't want to see straight lines. That's why I'm creating these little zigzags. I want it to look seamless with no lines. And don't forget to marry the color at the roots with your fingers with that base color we used all over. I chose to do the brightest color and then the red behind it. The red's really going to give that 8CG a nice pop of color. It's going to really bounce off of it. I wanted a bold face frame. What's great about a color melt, even if this does touch this ever so slightly, it's not going to create lines of demarcation. So you don't need to worry about foiling and packaging. You can if that's your style, but with mine, I'm more of a natural. If that touches the other, I'm okay with a little bit of transfer. It's just going to create more tonal effect. Now I'm going to create another zigzag parting. I use a rat tail comb for that. The back of a color brush is a little too thick. Have a little bit more precision this way. And with this one, we're not quite into the nape of the hairline yet. With that next color, we will be. Instead of switching back and forth side to side, you can see I ended with the red. I'm going to work on the next color now, which will be the 6.43 6CG, which is a dark copper gold. And then I will go to the other side, and then I will stay here, and then I will add the next color, then I will go here. Instead of turning your client around a bunch of times, just work on the same side you were already on. Blend root to tips. And gently lay it down. Okay, the last color in the series I'll be using is 8.4, a nice light copper with a more brown undertone versus the 8.43, which is really bright penny copper. For my last color in the series, I'm actually going to use what I used on the base, which was her root color, the 6.4 mixed with the 5.3. We're going to add that essentially as like a low light amongst all the copper and red tones. And to pull it all together. Now you're you're going to continue your pattern on the rest of the head with vertical partings with zigzags as you're sectioning, and you're going to meet in the middle, and make sure your middle is going to be two tones that meet together, but just don't make it twice as thick. You just want to meet with one color in the middle, a normal thickness of like anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 inch. And you're going to go from the apex and just continue to work your way around the entire head, creating pie sections with zigzag partings. Now we're going to process at room temperature for 35 minutes. Okay everyone, here is the final look. How pretty is this pumpkin spice fall inspired hair color? You have rich reds, coppers, golden tones, all mixed throughout with a color melt formulation using a pinwheel technique with zigzag partings. Beautiful hairline detail showing that 8.43. No matter which way she wears her hair, she has a beautiful, bright face frame. I would love to see you guys try your own techniques and color formulations. Make sure to tag Colors by Gina and show off your look. Okay guys, before we go, I want to share with you what lip color I'm wearing. I am wearing the XOXO by Gina, the Revitalizing Lip Crown. I am wearing shade Bold and Beautiful. Look how shiny and moisturized my lips look. There are no cracks visible. I feel like a boss in this, and it's perfect for fall and winter time. So don't forget to go get your own. Check out all the shades available. XOXO by Gina, the Revitalizing Lip Crown. She also has lip liners. Go check it out. Until then, I will see you at the next color class. You guys have a wonderful fall. I'll see you in the winter.